The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Phrasing.
out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. Hypno. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so that
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends?
Titty
Did your social
sprinkles.
credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
pro-black Twitter hoes.
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
Drops, retard. Robocock.
Almost had you again, didn't I? Didn't I? You can admit it. Listen, you can admit it. I almost had you again. Again. It was about to end very poorly for you. You want to know why? Because you guys are asleep. You guys are asleep. You're not liking the stream, but that's okay. All right, boys, listen. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, man, bring it in close. Let's go. Look at the chat. Why is the first thing I see we? You serious right now? The first thing that I see when I say look at the chat is we. Let's try that again. Look at the chat. All right, everybody's hugging it out. That's good. All right, listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. I know, shocking, very shocking. Very shocking. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you are watching anywhere else, you will not get a gift during the Steam Summer Sale because you suck. To avoid that and like the stream. Like the stream. All right, boys, can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking? I know what I'm checking. We are 1 day away from the Steam Summer Sale, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I'm excited. So excited. What else are we checking today? What else are we checking? Someone just touched my dick check. That's crazy. Square Enix felted by the French. How sad is that? No to gaming journalist check. I agree with that. Hypnotic broke up with Eve check. No, I didn't. It's just now a private gooning session. That's all it is. That's all it is. Reddit is evil check. Absolutely. Check for the femboys. Pendejo check. We're going to talk about the Pendejo, actually. We're going to talk about him today. Hypno hoarding games check. Absolutely not. Although we did officially pass 1,200 games on Steam. It's insane. I got fondled by my wife check. Interesting. Check the check. Okay. I could smell those delicious Square Enix layoffs check. Nice. Gay check. Okay. Good for you. Empanadas check. Let's go. Hypnotic Ultra Instinct check. Absolutely. Who's the pendejo? You're going to find out. Don't worry. President Daddy Donald Trump check. What the fuck? Watching from vacation. Hey, Faye. Enjoy your vacation. Fuck you, Hypno check. Nice. Booty Adams gave Death Stranding a bad review check. Shocker. Let me guess. Problematic representations of women. Isn't it amazing that the people who swear that they're going to totally enjoy and play a game if it has a boss skip option, all of a sudden gives it a bad review after the game implements a boss skip option? It's almost as if they never really gave a fuck. Isn't that amazing? We got lurking check. Shout out to you. Ethics department check. Okay. Reddit is pure unemployment energy. I agree. Gin and juice check. There you go. My woman check. Fair enough. All right, guys, listen. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Let's go, man. Let's go. Wake up. Wake up. We got to do the Big and Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku urinalists, Black samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that swore that they will love Death Stranding 2 if a boss skip option was implemented because they don't know how to play the game, and then the option gets implemented and they hate the game anyway, and now everybody hates it. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. We got Felsteph, Taffy over on Rumble, Raptor Kratos, Randall the Vandal, Hanny, Dark Obsidian, Low KZ420 over on Rumble, Louis Messina, Nexus Nocturne, Old Man Cad. What's up, Old Man Cad? Monkey Man 04, Yamato 85. We got Dylan B, Soul Reaper 2078, K the Cadet Queen, Kagwana, Radio Chim, Elegant Ego. We got Felsteph. The voice in the water says lurking tonight. We got Dark Obsidian says here. We got the Gaming Wolf 87, T-Jazz Art and Comics, XL Tomahawk, the Vanilla Gorilla, Nightmare 13, Mr. Melancholy. Oh, let me say it the right way. I was going to say it the regular way. Raziel. There we go. Sorry. I had to say it the right way. We got Hat Not Seen. What's up, man? We got Rye Guy over on Rumble. We got Nexus Nocturne. Gamer Nurse Gale. What's up, Gamer Nurse Gale? How you doing? We got Matthew with a hero, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Hero Hot Pocket, please. We got Warbend 55. The True Aztec Warrior. We got Luck E. We got T-Vol says reporting in. We got Valerian over on Rumble. We got Oliver Adam. The Devil Max. Craig Browning with a simple W. We got Blue Octopussy. Video game night. I'm cheating on you. Sorry, not sorry. Terrible. This is why a very famous person once said, and I quote, Bitches ain't shit. Frenchie07. Nick Havoc. We got Lionheart. Scouter V. We got Romanizer 24. Alice Smith. We got Triple J Jr. We got the legend himself, Crimson Jet. We got Shizarine. We got Stidrock says, let's fucking go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got Toddy Guns. What's up, man? We got Dwayne says, watching from the shop. All right, I'm glad you put that no Diddy. I'm glad you put that no Diddy, man. That was a little sus. You had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried. He says, watching from the shower while washing my tattoo. No Diddy check. All right. All right. Then we got Phantom says, let's go. What's up, Phantom? How you doing? We got Marius. All right, guys. 4 more people, and that's it. 4 more people is all I can afford to call out. And then we got to get on with the show because as of right now, we're getting felted, and we need to make it happen. We got, of course, Marius. Review Big Cheese 200. We got Jay Sims. We got Zeroist says, go time. Let's go, man. We got the Gaming Mason, the High Priest of the Cult of McDuggins. We got Adair Soto. Michael Wells. Dakuman. Cabrizo, the Cabinet. Cesar Velasquez. Valkyrie. Melfi Sky. My Stripper Hamster is in the chat. Raging Furball. Zelosi. D-Mag. PS5 Gamer. Beautiful Zexel. Adam Juman over on Rumble. Pizza Cat with the Leet. And then last but not least, we got the legendary Dikachu. Have not seen. Sisaloco. Albert. Glitchard. And of course, Faye. Shout out to Faye. Magdi. Shout out to Magdi. And John and Johnny. All right, guys, listen. I called out as many people as I possibly could. Sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member, and let's see who is going to get the final call-out money shot today. Who is it going to be? And I swear, if it lands on someone who is so desperate for it, I'll ban you. I want targets that are not ready for it. We got Melfi Sky saying no Diddy, no Jaffe, Mastered Ultra Instinct using DBZ Yamcha as a human shield to take the money shot better than him, than me, booty hole protected. Go down times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, Cat, no Jaffe, no Mercanti. Booty hole protected plus 10 invincibility. Go down times 7, blasting all protections with a USAF B1 and nuke from orbit and Black Jesus God Hand. God damn, bro. That's insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got Felstep says no Diddy, no AOC, no Robocock, ultimate booty hole protection, pass to Refrigerator Sasquatch. No, there's no more sniping. Go down times 3 by Lionheart like a shadow. I blend. No darkness can betray, and the sun lets me move ever so sway. For I am protected night and day. No reverse, no snipes. Ninja vanish. 1, 2, 3. And then he did it again. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Another Rumble sacrifice. Another Rumble sacrifice. I'm starting to think Taffy is in on this. I'm starting to think Taffy's in on this, man. Taffy is starting to get to that ban phase. I'm starting to think. But you know what? It's fine. Congratulations to Taffy M. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. Like this stream. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about. All right, we got to talk about an unintentional ratio that I performed on Twitter today against, of the very rare creature that's known in the world as a Latinx. Yeah, we apparently have one of those that we have to go over. This person apparently is a creator of tabletop RPGs. I had no idea who they were. I saw their post and I'm like, wow, you're really retarded. And then apparently by calling him really retarded, a lot of people resonated with that. And now it's a highly liked post. it's a super ratio, highly liked post. So we're gonna go over that. We're also gonna go over some fast topics, man. We got the Mind's Eye actor saying apparently the person who voiced what is his name? I forgot his name. I think it's Alex or some Alex Fernandez. Apparently he is not happy with the state of Mind's Eye and doesn't think it's a good idea to release unfinished games. This is the voice actor behind the protagonist, Jacob, saying this thing for the game that released Broken. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about how PlayStation has tripled down at this point and apparently has no plans to introduce day one first-party games to PlayStation Plus, but they're going to raise the price anyway because, of course, they are. We're also going to talk about Jason Schreier. Jason Schreier is getting felted right now by the same people that he tried to run damage control for. Dragon Age writers are coming out and saying that Jason Schreier was wrong, that they put out the best Dragon Age they could possibly put out, that there was no evil EA that was behind the game being the way that it was. It was all them. They did it. They put out the exact game they wanted to put out. It's amazing. It's a counter argument. So anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how the FTC has officially issued $126 million worth of refunds in Fortnite. Crazy shit. We're also going to talk about how the mainstream journalists suddenly think in their minds that bullying is okay. These are the people that complain about us supposedly bullying them all the time. Well, apparently they're okay with bullying as long as it's developers they don't like. Jurassic World Evolution just got bullied into removing AI assets from their game. And apparently now the journalists literally say word for word that bullying works again. But I guess we're not allowed to do that to them. And then if you guys remember, we covered Hytale. Hytale is the Minecraft clone video game that just recently got canceled by Riot Games and the Hypixel studio that was working on the game. Apparently, there was a developer that came out, or people on the inside that came out basically admitting that all of the problems were internal. Everything that happened with the game that was wrong was internal, and that's why the game is dead right now. And then, of course, we got the main topic of the evening, where we got Square Enix having to openly admit that not only is Expedition 33 is an inspiration, not only is it extremely successful, but because of the success, that they are going to be continuing to put out turn-based video games similar to Expedition 33 because of its success. So we got a lot we got to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do that, we got to go over the #1 segment on YouTube. We got to go over the #1 segment on Rumble, on Twitter, in the country, in the universe, in the multiverse, everywhere. This segment is known all around the world as the pre-stream legend.
Print money, cash,
wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash,
wealth,
capitalism, raise a bunch of money,
super chat
money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Let's go. We got ourselves the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, StreamYard is still gay and broken. So because it's still gay and broken, we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to the fan funding screen. But at least it's better than nothing. At least it's better than nothing, boys. All right, who's up first? Watch it be a dad joke. Who's up first? Let's see. Can we make this bigger? Yeah. BioTWolf19 with a 5. What's the best way to watch a flying fish tournament? Or a fly fish tournament? Live stream. You really thought you were cute with that one, huh? You really thought like you were just top tier, huh? Huh? Is that what you thought, BioTWolf? Huh? All right. I see you, brother. I see you. We got Nexus Nocturne, the #2 chatter apparently on the leaderboard for a 5. Why is Santa's sack so big? He only comes once a year. Okay. To see Mrs. Claus in why is there Christmas in July? To see Mrs. Claus in her new bikini. Hail the bigot army with the hug emojis. You saved yourself with the hug emojis, for sure. For sure. Next is Nocturne. And again, for a 2, don't be a pussy. Smash the like. See, that I could agree with. That I can agree with. Let's continue to make those things happen. Like the stream. Then we got Adair Soto. You know what's crazy? Adair Soto always starts the membership train for the day. Usually Adair Soto is the one that starts it. Guys, we're at 170 likes. Kiguana is thanking you for that. But little does she understand that means that with 350 people watching on YouTube, that means half of the people watching are hate watchers. How is that possible? How is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? Half of the viewers are hate watchers. That's crazy. That is crazy. Adair Soto, thank you so much for starting the membership train, my man. I appreciate the 1 membership, you legend. And then we got Raptor Kratos with a 2. I'm here. You're queer. We're used to it. No. Iguana says no dislike yet. No. You don't understand. If they don't like the stream and the numbers, the math don't math, that means they are all hate watchers. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the dislikes anymore. No. We're going to hold the non-likers accountable. So if we're at 170 likes and 350 people watching, that means half are hate watching. It's crazy. Raptor Kratos, thank you so much. You're queer, but that's okay. We accept you. Dragon with the 5 says, never been the neon, giving up gaming mechanics on people who don't play your game. I agree. It's a very weird thing. I agree. Hold on. The chat just like totally fucking jumped. I don't know what happened there. Lucifer Morningwood with 5. Always working, always lurking. Shout out to Lucifer Morningwood, man. I appreciate you. Working his ass off, dude. Keep hustling, keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing. We got Extra Hall with a 2 is Latinx, the as evil version of Sonya. No, Latinx goes way farther than that. Way farther. We got Secret Final Boss with a 99-cent smiley emoji. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And then next is Nocturne. Dropping a 1 membership. Shout out to Nexus Nocturne. Thank you so much for that. And then we got Beautiful Zexel with a 5. I saw Smash JT stream last night, and he said he wanted to watch Notebook with Hypno. So when is the Smash JT and Hypnotic commentary at? You say that one more time, I swear. If I get one more, it's going to go full Latinx in this bitch. It's going to go full Latinx. We got Raptor Kratos with a 5. It's weird that StreamYards is broken for us, but out Smash JT. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I've tried restarting it. I've tried logging off and logging on. I've tried all kinds of things. Nothing is working. Like my entire section where it says live, like super chats and everything, has completely disappeared, and I have no idea why. It fucking sucks, bro. And then last but not, well, actually, we got one more, but for some reason it's not showing up, man. I'm almost positive. Lucifer Morningwood dropped a 5 membership banger, but for some reason it's not showing up in fan funding. I don't know why that is, bro. Everything's broken. Everything is broken. I hate this shit. Let me just double check really quick. Hold on. Let me scroll up. I'm almost positive he did. Yeah, look, he did. Lucifer Morningwood dropping a 5 membership banger, continuing the membership train like a legend.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Shout out to Lucifer Morningwood. Thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate that. You absolute legend. You fucking legend. I wasn't going to miss that. And we got The Beast with a 2. Thanks for the gift. Remain blessed, all. Let's go. Shout out to you. Hold on. We got another one. Winter Fox for a $13.99 says, hey, I just arrived and I get called the hate watcher. Anyways, you're calling out all the hypocrisy. Can't even call them toddlers because that's an insult to toddlers. That is true. And to be fair, I just call everybody hate watch. It is what it is. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're not a hate watcher. You want to know why? Because you super chatted. People are going to be so mad. They're going to be like, what a grifter. Shut the fuck up. Shout out to Winter Fox. Thank you so much for the $13.99. I appreciate it. But if you could like the stream, that'd be great. That would be great. And enjoy your time here. Enjoy your time here. Hey, look at this. Lenny Hondo sneaking one in. Bro, what is that? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. What the fuck is that profile picture, bro? What is that profile picture, bro? Are you serious, right? Get that shit off the screen, Lenny Hondo. Bro, what the hell, man? What the hell? This is a classy stream, okay? This is PG, not PG-13. Come on, what's going on, Lenny Hondo? What the hell was that? My God. It's disgusting. All right, we're going over to Rumble, man. YouTube's misbehaving. I don't know what YouTube's doing, man, but YouTube's misbehaving. Let me go over to Rumble. Rumble, you awake? Rumble, you awake? Adam Juman with $1. Trump is suing all the Maryland District Court judges that are working against the power of the executive branch. Good. Let them have at it. Let them have at it against each other. Adair Soto with $1. Hey, Hypno. There's a new game just released a trailer, and looks like Nintendo's not going to be happy. It's called Ball Buds. If you have time to look it up, I promise you it's going to be hilarious. We got a lot of topics today, brother. If I have extra free time, I have no problem doing that, but the chances of that happening is probably very slim. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, we are fully caught up everywhere. Shout out to you guys for the insane free stream legends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And let's start getting into the topics. First, we're going to cover the fast topics, and then we're going to get to the main ones. Okay. The first fast topic, I think, is hilarious because this one comes to us from Mind's Eye, which is everybody's favorite game. Trust me, I know you guys voted Mind's Eye as 10 out of 10. I know you did. Don't lie to me. I see you guys in the chat. I saw your reviews on Steam. Every single one of you said 10 out of 10, best game ever. Don't fucking lie to me. All right. Mind's Eye, the actor that's behind the main character, said that he doesn't like it when developers release unfinished games. Even the main actor behind Jacob is talking out against Mind's Eye. At this point, you might as well just close the fucking studio down. Seriously. We got Nico with a 5,000 COP. I still don't know what COP is. I need to look it up. Shout out to Nico. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alex Hernandez, the voice actor behind Mind's Eye, Jacob Diaz, opened up about the troubled launch and questioned the release of unfinished games. Game-breaking glitches and performance issues spoiled what was initially a highly anticipated launch from Mind's Eye. You know what's so insane, though? So the insane thing about Mind's Eye is that everybody says that it was highly anticipated, right? Everybody keeps saying that. Like, oh, it was highly anticipated. Everybody was looking forward to Mind's Eye. And if you were to believe the comments on YouTube, they were on my videos and other people's videos, you would truly believe or think that that was true. But to be honest with you, it's not. I don't think it is. And if it was, then I feel like the bad press a week before the game came out was enough to quell off probably like 90% of the people. Because if this was truly a highly anticipated game, how the fuck did it only get 3,000 some odd players concurrently on Steam? Like, how is that possible? There's no way that it was highly anticipated unless everybody checked out at the last minute, which is possible. You never know. Considering that everybody knew that the fucking financial guy left, the legal guy left, the bad press, the bad pre-reviews for the game. Oh, it's Chilean peso? Oh, okay. Got it. Chilean pesos. Got it. Thank you for the Chilean pesos. Pesos. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But in any case, let's see what he has to say. Let me scroll down. In an interview with CKED TV, Hernandez acknowledged fan frustrations and shared a similar sentiment. He said, for whatever reason, a company decided to release something that has these issues and then sort of taking care of it post-mortem. Obviously, we weren't the first game to do that. A very notorious example, Cyberpunk, Hernandez explained. As a gamer, as a consumer, I don't love that model. I don't like that moving forward. It should have never happened. But we all know why that happened. From a consumer perspective, and I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, Hernandez continued, I think it does more long-term harm than good to your reputation. I agree. It really does, which is why, for me personally and a lot of people, CD Projekt Red is no longer in the camp of can't do any wrong. right? Because when Witcher 3, when it was first advertised in its tech demo, and then when the game came out, it wasn't like how it looked in the tech demo, but it also wasn't as egregious as Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was really the game that made a lot of people turn their heads against CD Projekt Red and said, fuck that company, because what they did was egregious. It was really bad. And a lot of companies basically don't want to be the next Cyberpunk, but it looks like Mind's Eye is that company. Congratulations. But again, it does harm their reputation. It does more harm than good to release something that is in a state less than 100% and then charge 100% of the price. So this guy gets it. He's not like completely unaware, which is a good thing, because unfortunately a lot who said Mind's Eye was good? I was trolling. At least he gets it. He understands the people's sentiment. Like, stop releasing broken games, especially if you're going to charge full price. Like, it's a totally another conversation if you want to release a game in early access. I feel like early access has that padding of an excuse where you could say, okay, well, you're acknowledging the game is not finished. You're acknowledging the game could be buggy. We're asking for XYZ dollars right now. And then when the game releases, we might ask for more, depending. I get that. But if you're going to release a full game completely with no early access, physical edition, everything, yeah, you got a big problem on your hands. A big problem. But at least he gets it. Or at least maybe he's just saying what people want to hear. Whatever. Who cares? All right, next one. This one, I came across this and I thought this was interesting. Because I know people keep bringing it up. But the simple fact is that PlayStation is never going to do it. PlayStation is never... let me not say never, because anything is possible. But I don't think we're ever going to live in a world where PlayStation tries to be Game Pass, right? Where they offer first-party titles day one, at release on their service. But the interesting thing about this is that even though they're not planning to be Game Pass, and I remember talking about this when I covered their price increase, Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, the simple fact is they're not going to do it, and they're still going to raise their price anyway, which I feel like is extra fucked up. It's extra egregious, right? So at least with Game Pass, you're getting that perceived value by being able to play all their games day one, for the most part, on Game Pass. You don't get that perceived value with PlayStation Plus, unfortunately. You just don't, right? The earliest you might be able to get a game is a few months, and that's if it flopped, right? That's if it flopped. But they're still going to raise the price anyway to try to match what Game Pass is doing, relatively. They're still going to raise the price regardless, which is crazy. So when I see titles like this, that PlayStation apparently has no plans for day one first-party games on PS Plus, it's not only not shocking, but it's also something that's super egregious because of the price increases. In a recent interview with GameFile's Stefan Totillo, PlayStation Vice President of Global Services Nick McGuire talked about the company's strategy for the service. To Sony, the current policy of waiting at least a year to add first-party PlayStation games to PS Plus was going well. Apparently, it's going well, which it very well might be. Maybe, right? It very well might be going well for Sony, waiting that first year before putting games on their service, because that way they can maximize sales on day one and try to get as much money as possible while the iron is hot. But at this point, I mean, you're still raising your price anyway. So people are going to catch on at some point that the service is not going to be worth the constant price increases. And they'll tie it and they'll say, well, you get a library of old games, whatever. Bro, nobody cares, bro. Like, nobody cares. Yeah, exactly. PlayStation Plus used to be good. Now it's just bullshit. Not worth it anymore. I agree. Although, if you look, their upcoming lineup is pretty strong for this coming month. It's been weak for a few months. But if you look here, let me see if I can find it. I remember seeing the lineup for this particular month. It's pretty insane. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. This is a hell of a fucking lineup, dude. So, July monthly games, you get Diablo 4, which is pretty wild, and you get the King of Fighters, bro, which is also pretty wild. Now, King of Fighters unfortunately flopped. They said that the game massively flopped, which is a problem. That's unfortunate. I don't know what the hell Jusant is. I have no idea what Jusant is. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Diablo 4, meh, right? I get that. But the simple fact is that's a pretty big game for free on your service. And King of Fighters, I mean, you're getting a full fighting game for free as well. So, but I have no idea what this is. Apparently, it's PS5 only, whatever this is. Jusant. Is that on Steam? Let me see. Jusant. Am I even saying that right? Let's see. Jusant. Jusant is on Steam. Oh, wow. I can see why it's being given away for free. Nice.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for sure. That definitely makes sense for sure. But I mean, if you look at the sales, it's been out. So how long has this been out for? 1.7 years. Okay, that makes sense. So the top concurrent was 349. All right, so I mean, they did pretty good. They did pretty good for what I'm assuming it's an indie studio. So they did pretty good. It's a mobile type game. Oh, of course. 152,000 to 890. There's no way it's at 890. No way. It's probably between these two numbers. These two are usually the most accurate, but they're still a little bit high. But 150,000. And what's the price of the game? The game aired at $24.99, and the lowest recorded price is $11.24. $11.24. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. I'm sure they made their money back, assuming their budget's as low as the game looks. Let's check out the screenshots. What kind of game is this? Let's see.
Holy shit.
Okay. Nice. What the fuck is that, bro? What is that on your head, dude? Is it a climbing game? This is a mobile-like game? You sure? I guess. Looks very cozy. Yes, I think cozy would be the word for this, for sure. Cozy. Zalosi has nailed it. It's cozy. Definitely cozy. What the fuck is that? I don't have an answer. It's called Jusant. Look at that. You can be one with your native self. That's what we're gonna go with. Cozy and native. All right, moving on. Moving on. This is a great story. I want to cover this really fast, and then we're gonna go into the main topics, boys. This is great. So, if you guys remember, Jason Schreier, Mr. Get Woke, go to the top of the charts. Schreier, this absolute genius, put out an article that YouTubers have been talking about for 6 months now. But of course, because we covered it, it doesn't count. But when he covers it, all of a sudden it counts. So Jason Schreier wrote this whole article about what really happened with Veilguard, how EA is to blame, for the majority anyway, for the issues that Veilguard had, and how, it's they rushed Veilguard and they basically couldn't get an idea on paper. And then by the time they did, they ran out of time. It's all EA's fault. Big evil EA. It's not the fault of BioWare. BioWare is innocent. All the writers are innocent. Apologize. Anyway, so you guys remember that. Well, apparently, the most amazing thing about all of that is that the person that he was trying to run damage control for has now basically refuted everything that Jason Schreier said about the game being essentially EA's fault for why it was bad, which is hilarious, right? So he put out a comment on his Blue Sky, and he said the following. He said, reposting without comment, except I refute that we made a bad or compromised game. We made the best version of what we released, warts and all. I'm damn proud of it and the team. We couldn't have made a better Dragon Age, only a different one. Wow.
Holy shit.
So, I mean, wow. I mean, where do I even begin? So you are essentially saying that this was the best you guys could do. That this was the best product that you could have put out. That is insane if that's true. Because then all that does is prove everything we've ever said. about the development team that was working at the Edmonton studio over at BioWare, which is you guys suck bad. Like, I don't really know what else to say other than that. I mean, you guys fucking suck, bro. You guys suck. If this was the best you could do, like he said with his whole chest, we couldn't have made a better Dragon Age, only a different one. That is essentially alluding to the fact that they didn't want to make a different one. That they wanted to make one that was exactly like the one that they made. This was all planned. This was all part of what they wanted to do under the circumstances that they had. And sure, maybe EA did have some play in it. I don't think EA is innocent at all. I think EA absolutely has some play to this. But I've always said, I think it's ridiculous that we're blaming fucking EA for what the developers were incapable of doing for 10 years. It's not like they were working on this game for 3 years. It's not like they were working on this game for 2 years. It's not like they're the peak developers and working on the game for a month. No. They worked on this game for 10 fucking years. At some point, the developers over there at the Edmonton studio for BioWare have to take some accountability. And if you're trying to say, well, this is the best Dragon Age that we could come up with, what are you talking about? What you came up with was barely Dragon Age to begin with. So how is this the best Dragon Age you ever came up with? That doesn't make any sense to me. The reason why people hated this game so much is because it was so obviously not Dragon Age for the majority of it. And trust me, I reviewed this game, unfortunately. The best thing that came out of it was McDuggins. But I reviewed this game, and I gave the positives, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? There were some positives in the game. I'm not going to lie to you. Very few and far between, but there were positives in the game. But there was a lot of bad. And there was definitely some ugly. And it just amazes me that this is sincerely what you want to say is your best work. I just don't think how that's... how is that even possible? So in any case, I think it's hilarious that Jason Schreier put out this entire article pretending as if he was the one who, like, broke the story and got to the nitty-gritty of what really happened. When all it was they put out the game, the exact game they wanted to put out for the most part, and people just didn't buy it. That's it. People just didn't buy it. So they can stand by their work all they want, but the sad truth is that the majority of the people that worked on that game are no longer at BioWare. There are some people that were moved to other teams in EA, sure, but the majority of them are no longer there. Even Corin Bush is no longer there. So take that for whatever that's worth. It's such a joke. It really is such a joke. Let's continue. We're going to get to the main topics. Let me catch up on Super Chats really fast. And then we'll go from there. Let me see. Do we have anything on Rumble? I don't think we have anything on Rumble. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. Nothing on Rumble. Let me refresh YouTube because it wasn't showing the legend known as Lucifer Morningwood's membership. I don't know why. Adair Soldier just gifted $1 over on Rumble. He said, and to this day, they have never released how much they sold copies, and they never will know that we know that everyone knows that. That was confusing. But I understand what you were trying to say. At this point, they're never going to release. Why would they? Why would they release copies sold when they already tried to convince everybody for months that the game was a huge success? And it wasn't just them, by the way. It was good old Jason Schreier, which is why he deleted that post about get woke, go to the top of the charts. He deleted that shit so fast. He deleted it within a couple of days of realizing that game was tanking real fast. And the reviews were coming in that were not favorable. He closed that shit off so quickly. I'm not surprised. Raptor Kratos with a 5. McDuggins gave their life to save yours. Praise McDuggins because they love us. I agree. McDuggins is amazing. Unfortunately, he got killed. Sad. Very sad. All right, we're fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much for your support during the Fast Topics. Let's get into one of the main topics of the evening. Let me switch over. Right here. There we go. So... oh, man. I hate when it's one of my own. I really do.
Holy shit.
I hate when it's one of my own. When the virus has gotten into the minds of one of my own. But you know what? Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna start covering topics with this window. So I'm gonna put you guys in the bottom right for the chat because it's just easier that way because the audio works better that way. Otherwise I gotta switch over anyway, so it's fine. Is that my daddy? No. Who is that creature? You're about to find out. You're about to... Oh, this must be the pendejo. Yeah. He isn't a Latino. He said he was. But he also said he was part native. So funny how that works. Did he call himself Latinx? No, but he's acting like one. So we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we have this video here that is from the founder of Wonderfilled. Now, you guys are probably asking yourself, what the hell is Wonderfilled? Well, Wonderfilled apparently is a TTRPG. And if we go over to their website, I think it's pretty ironic. Their entire website is filled with this: we make games better. We make the world better. Games make the world better. And it's a super positive message that we're going to go over in this video today. But the ironic thing is that even though there's that super positive message on this website, this guy decides to release one of the biggest coping videos I have ever seen on the internet in recent memory. It's simply titled "A Message from Our Founder." And if you look, you'll notice there is a massive ratio going on. We are at almost 100,000 views, and I haven't refreshed this for a while, so chances are it's over that. But we're at 100,000 views and only 20 likes to 462 comments. A 4-minute video about a massive racist coping session about how evil white people are and how he doesn't want their business. So let's get into this video. But of course, before we do, special shout out to the 90,600 of you that are subscribed to this channel. And if you are part of the 50% that aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe today. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, keep in mind, for the people in the chat who are saying only 20 likes, yes, only 20 likes. You want to know how many likes my post got in his post? 610. I'm sure it's higher than that. So let's click this video and see what he's got to say and just how bad this entire coping session actually is. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's me, the guy that started the new TSR. It's true. I had a license from the owners, right? And Ernie offered it to me, as did the owners at the time. And I rebooted it, and it sort of became this kind of magnet for white nationalists, Trumpsies, the new Fourth Reich Nazis, Trump supporters.
So you already see where this is going to go, right? You already see that this is going to go down the rabbit hole of all Trump supporters are Nazis, the white nationalists, all kinds. You already know. You can hear the lack of testosterone in his voice. You already know the direction that this is going to go to. But anyway, let's continue. And no, I don't think he's gay. He's just very nasally. I see you guys in the chat, but no, I think he's just very nasally. I could be wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, and frankly, all MAGA supporters are Trumpsies. They might not want to admit it now, but this, the second time they voted for him, they knew what they were voting for. And we're seeing it. It's affected my life deeply. My family is Hispanic. My family is made of immigrants. My family is made of immigrants all the way back to the birth of this country, serving under General George Washington. My family actually extends prior to that as well as Native Americans. I always considered that.
How the hell is your family immigrants, but they're also native to this land? How does that even make sense? Isn't that an oxymoron? If you're an immigrant, you're not native to this land. So how the hell do you have familial history of people who are you know what? I'm not even gonna. Let's just continue.
And then this happened. Really, these past 20 years, the GOP made a strategy book for how to steal elections here in the United States with the election of George W. Bush. And
oh my God, with the stealing of election nonsense. Jesus Christ. Didn't you guys go crazy in 2020 when other people were saying that Biden stole the election, and now all of a sudden, because Trump is president again, you can say stealing elections is a real thing again now? Because if Trump would have lost, you would have been fighting everybody who would have been claiming stolen election. You would have been fighting everybody, telling us that that's not real, that none of that is. This is insane. And just keep in mind, the only reason why I'm covering this is because, number one, he's in the game industry to some extent. I know it's TTRPGs, but still, he's part of that system. And number two, it's just so egregious. It is so egregious that I had to cover. I just had to
destroy the public education system. And now we have the Gestapo working for.
He destroyed the public educate. That's amazing. So they destroyed the public education system. That same system that is currently pushing the majority progressive politics that we currently know to the youth right now. The majority of schools out there are ultra progressive. If you look at a lot of the teachers, they're ultra progressive. Sure, there are some that are not, obviously, but you don't have MAGA teachers out there making TikToks with all their virtue signal flags on their wall, talking about how stunning and brave they are because they told their sexuality to their kindergartner. Like that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the most ridiculous thing.
Biggest criminals of the highest order on the face of the planet. In my own country, it's scary. It's truly frightening on a level that I don't think a lot of these bigots that thought giant lands and Wonderfield.
Wow, this guy, I wonder if he's got a checklist for all the things he's required to say before the video is over. You know what I mean? Like chuds, bigots, Nazis, racists, Trumpies, I don't know, whatever the hell he said. He's got like a whole checklist of all the things he has to say before this video is done. Otherwise, it's not a truly progressive rant. You know, it's the weirdest thing.
Isn't. I was trying to create something different because as a person that was always a different color and a sort of a different mentality than all those around me.
So by him saying that, and by the way, I said this in my response, by him saying that he was always a different color than those around him, his entire life and a different mentality, that is him essentially saying that he grew up around white people. Now, if he grew up around white people, I have a couple of questions as to why or how that is, because that tells me either you were very privileged when you were growing up, because chances are you grew up in a white neighborhood, or there is something else going on that's not exactly making much sense here.
I wanted to make something different. I wanted to make the kind of
because I grew up around nothing but brown motherfuckers. So I don't know about, especially as a Hispanic, our families are huge. There just ain't no way, bro. I grew up around a ton of brown people. So I don't know how you grew up around a bunch of white people. You must have been very lucky, sir.
I always wanted as a kid, where people like me were seen. And I didn't see a lot of myself in the original TSR stuff or even a lot of role-playing game supplements. What I did see was a lot of white boy fantasy. Let's face it, I don't have problems with it. I have some white boy in me too. Some people might say it's a majority of me, but I identify.
Oh my
myself.
God, bro. He's pulling out his European lineage now. He's like, I've had some white boy in me. Yeah, we know. We know you've had some white boy in you, my guy. We can hear it. We can see it. We can damn near almost smell it. Trust me. We know. We know you've got some white boy. Anyway.
As an American from a melting pot. And I always loved having many cultures in my life. Studying many religions, having friends of many faiths, colors, shapes, sizes, origins, nations, creeds. And what's happening now is exactly the opposite. It's unpatriotic and un-American. As you can see, it makes me sort of upset. This is a dry run. I didn't write this, but I thought it was a good idea to try to set things straight. My business has been in ruins for, 2 years now. I don't think I've sold a game.
So this guy is currently attacking over half of the country. And then after he does that, he admits that his business is in ruins and he hasn't sold a game in 2 years. 2 years. And this was what he decided to do with the main account for his game. Keep in mind, he's not doing this from a personal account. He's doing this from the account of the fucking game. From Wonderfield or whatever the hell it's called. He's doing it from the main, bro. Unbelievable.
And that's all right. I don't want to sell to these people. Going through this process, really over the past 4 or 5 years, has been incredibly disheartening to the point where I'm not really interested in making games too much anymore.
Thank God. Thank
I tried
God.
to make them for everyone. And all that happened was
You can't say, okay, stop it, bro. You cannot say that you try to make not video games. I'm sorry. You try to make games for everyone when you just attacked half the country for the first 3 minutes of your video and you said you don't want their business. You assumed what the entire country, like half of the country is. You assumed their entire stance. You assumed their entire like belief system, and then you're making an ass out of yourself. And now you're saying, well, I make games for everyone, or I try to make games for everyone. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have just said what you said beforehand. It's very clear that you thought you could make games for a certain crowd, but guess what? That crowd has not shown up. You just admitted that your business is in financial ruin, so the people that you're trying to virtue signal to never actually showed up to buy your product anyway. So you decide to cope about the wokies not buying your product by attacking the Trumpies, as you call it? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
My game became a flashpoint of hate that destroyed much of my life, my professional life. I was canceled from the internet by both sides. And let's face it, fascism is not a problem that's unique to these awful people who now basically rule Twitter, X. It's a problem.
Oh, he's mad about that. All these people are mad about this, bro. And by the way, this person who is angry about that, angry about X, and angry about people who rule Twitter, guess what? He pays for Twitter. So he gives money to the white nationalist, who, by the way, is South African. He gives money to Mr. Elon Musk every month and then complains about it.
I'm on the left as well. Anytime that you try to regulate what people can say, think, or how they feel, you were on the wrong side. So sometimes I play devil's advocate.
Wait, did he just say that anytime you try to regulate how people say, feel, or think, you're on the wrong side? And meanwhile, he's literally trying to do that in this video for the first 3 minutes, where he's attacking half the country for their belief system, for what they think, what they feel. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you having a bipolar moment here? Do you even hear what you're saying?
And I like to sort of egg people on, both for PR and just sort of the trickster in me. Right?
Oh, that's cope. That is cope. That's
how you get people talking. So it seems people are talking about this. And yes, in the future, there will be no white people, because white people never existed. Color is an illusion. Race is a lie. That's why there is no race in Giant Lands.
Bro, what?
No race in Giant Lands, because race is a myth. Right? Sort of like class, right?
Bro, oh my God. Are we witnessing a freaking meltdown? Like, I think this is beyond a meltdown at this point. What are we witnessing?
Holy shit.
Bro, this guy is unhinged. He is unhinged. How did he even get to this point?
Also a myth. These things are perpetuated by people that are living centuries ago to try to maintain some kind of sense of superiority over people of color. I just won't accept it anymore. And no, I don't need your business. You don't give me any business anyway. So I ask you please to find your own way and have a good day. Peace and love.
Oh, of course. He's got to do the typical peace and love and then the middle fingers, because it's so fucking cringe, bro. It's so cringe when they're like peace and love, and then they do the middle finger showing the exact opposite. Like, you're so cool, bro. Anyway, so this thing was an absolute joke. So I ended up leaving a nice response that I wanted to go over, and then we're going to check out their website and see how ironic their website is, because guess what? He's got pictures of himself next to a white guy, because clearly they can't be that bad. So I basically said, I'm Hispanic. You are also retarded. If people around you were of a different color, which, let's be real, you mean white people, that means that you must have grown up in a very white neighborhood, which is ironic. Or two, you didn't have much of a family unit. As a Hispanic, you should know better than anyone. Our family units are packed. I couldn't look left or right without seeing a brown person next to me. I still can't. I got S&H where I got fucking Kata on the left and Atreus on the right. It's terrible. But they're not brown. They're a little bit darker than that. You say you didn't sell a game in 2 years and that your business is in ruins, and you decide to make a video attacking more than half the country and saying, I don't care. I don't want your business anyway. Which, FYI, if you look at his page on Twitter, you're going to realize that he just made a coping post after this talking about how he's perfectly fine. He sold plenty of games and how his company's successful. The complete opposite of what he said in the video when he was spurting out. Then I said, dude, the people who side with you ideologically aren't giving you their business either. This video might earn some pity sales, but you will still be in ruins in every way, emotionally and business-wise. Do what Hispanics do and work. Work hard. Skip the ideology bullshit because nobody's buying it. The whole woe is me on brown shit is ridiculous. Save that for the other groups of people out there. Also, that whole ending with peace and love and then raising the middle finger shows exactly how cringe and insane you've really become. Did you really think you did something with that? And then, of course, I got to call out the fact that he does, in fact, pay Elon Musk. Again, it's from the main account, the wonder-filled account. He pays Elon Musk because he's got Twitter Blue. Ironic. I said that, by the way, you pay Elon Musk, that white Nazi you love to claim that he's, by the way, he's South African, for a blue check mark on his platform in the hopes to garner some money and further reach through X Blue. So you, in fact, do support those white Nazis. It's incredible. Shout out to Vera Dark. I'm not ignoring her. I see her. I'm just finishing my segment, Vera Dark. So if you click here, let's go to their website and see what's going on with their website. This website is so ridiculous. Look at this. So the home of Wonderfilled Inc., right? Scroll down. What do you see? The first post. The literal first post. Dude takes a picture with this guy, right? James Ward, I think it is. Special guest James Ward. So it says, we make games. Games make the world better. The verdict is in. Games are good for you, and contemporary audiences don't only expect great games, they demand them, both in and out of the home, on and offline. Give the people great games and they will come. That's a promise we not only understand, but also passionately embrace at Wonderfilled. Our people and products consistently deliver awards across categories, proving our commitment to excellence and our ability to turn imaginative concepts into memorable realities. Choose Wonderfilled, where every journey is a game, every adventure a story, and every moment a chance to step into a world of wonder. Gee, that sounds amazing. That sounds incredible. Too bad that this person decided to release a spurging out video, basically attacking half the country for being, I don't know, bigots or something like that. I really have no idea what he was trying to go for. Oh, look at this. The coping session has begun. Hold on. So if we go to their Twitter page, 57 minutes ago, holy shit, we have sold out of games. Thanks, jerks. Yeah, I highly doubt that. Does anybody believe that? Detroit Booty Temple. Why am I not surprised that you are promoting something called Detroit Booty Temple, bro, on this main page? It is seriously the page where people are supposed to go, customers are supposed to go to see about your tabletop RPG, and you got Detroit Booty Hole Temple on the freaking... What the hell is going on? What is going on? This is insane, bro. I am like unbelievably dumbfounded at this point. What the hell is going on? I'm trying to... He does it again. Detroit Booty Hole Temple. Oh my God, man. This is crazy. July 1st, the booty prophecy shall be fulfilled. Let me not show this because I feel like that's going to be a trap for YouTube, and I am not trying to get this video taken down. First threats of physical violence landed again. Thanks, community. Yeah, okay, sure. We could totally agree on this. Race and racism is dumb. In fact, it's worse than that. It's plain stupid. A scientific falsehood disproven long ago, so why bother including it? Oh, here we go. This guy has been responding everywhere. Oh, by the way, so this is the coping post, okay? Look at what he posted. He posted this right after he made the video, probably about like 10 to 15 minutes apart. He says, truth is, when Giant Lands began, we thought we'd sell maybe 100 copies of our box set. We have sold over 20 times that, so we're good. It just sucks that the community online is so full of bad actors, bigotry, and hatred. Don't believe all these windbags, however, with 12 ghost accounts posting hate in between OSR RPG posts. The TTRPG community remains the most welcoming gaming community we've ever been a part. Bro, this guy is absolutely a joke. This guy is 100% a joke. He is lying through his teeth. He does not believe a single word that he's saying, and he's not good because he just made a video 15 minutes prior to that talking about how he's in financial ruin and he hasn't sold a video game in over 2 years. And now all of a sudden he's doing perfectly fine. Everything's fine and we're good and we're dandy. Bro. Yeah. Honestly, yes. I'm getting the same exact vibes. Absolutely. The same exact vibes. We have a pathological liar on our hands. We have somebody who thinks that all press is good press, and he is making up the weirdest schizo freaking meltdown that I've ever seen on Twitter and trying to follow it up with buy my book. Buy my book. It's insane, bro. This is like, yeah, exactly. Pick a lane. Pick a lane, bro. Pick a lane. What are you doing? So in any case, you guys can let me know in the comments down below this video. What do you think about this, man? Is this guy schizoing out? Is he bipolar? Because he was bipolar in the video. He had said one thing and then did the literal exact opposite 2 minutes later. You can let me know in the comments. Special shout out to the 90,600 of you that are subscribed to the channel right now. And if you're part of the 50% that aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe today. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bro, pick a personality. Exactly, man. Oh my God. Like, he's by something. Yeah. He, remember what he said? Hey, hold on really quick. Where's Veridark? Is Veridark still in here? Because she's mad I didn't fucking say hi and shit. Where's Veridark, bro? I swear to God, this woman. Veridark, where are you? Veridark, show yourself. Show yourself, you Elden Ring loving, well, Night Rain, specifically Night Rain. You Elden Ring, Night Rain loving person. Where are you? She's here. Yeah, but now she's quiet. You want to know why? Because she left. She's mad, bro. Yeah, she's mad. She's mad. You want to know why she's mad? Because I didn't buy her tickets to the booty temple. I'm sorry. I had to. I got to buy her ticket to the booty temple. That's what it is. That's what it is. Candace says she's with me. Why would she be with you? She can't even see you. Let me stop. Let me stop, bro. This topic got me fired up, man. These fucking Hispanics, bro. I swear to God. We got Latinx in the house, man. These Latinx in the house. I can't even, man. I can't even. All right. Veridark is ignoring me now. She's ignoring me, so it is what it is. Let me catch up on Super Chats, and then we're going to get to the next topic, man. We're going to talk about Square Enix next. Let's talk about Square Enix next. But first, Super Chats. Let's go over Super Chats. We got, let's see. Who's cooking? Who's cooking in here? Anybody cooking? Are we all asleep? Are we asleep? We're asleep. We're asleep today. Raptor Kratos with a 5. McDuckins gave their life to save yours. Praise McDuckins because they love us. I agree. I agree. We do not acknowledge the term Latinx. Yeah, neither do I. I just use it. Look at this. Look at this fucking woman ignoring me, bro. Love you, chat. Oh my God, bro. I'm literally calling you out for like 5 minutes. Where are you? Where are you, bro? Wake up. Wake up. Are you going into Elden? Hey, did you ever beat First Berserker? Did you ever beat First Berserker? Did you beat Stellar Blade? Did you beat any of those games, or are you pulling a Smash JT? Like, what are we doing, bro? Did you ever beat the final boss of First Berserker? You need me to help you? I'll help you. 3 times? Oh, good for you. Good for you. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Look, she's literally ignoring me. Chat, how you doing? What's going on, chat? What's poppin', chat? It's fine. Listen, it's all good. Thank you for the raid. I believe she raided. Did she raid? Did Veridark raid? Is that why she's angry? Is that why she's angry? Listen, I get it. I totally get it. It's fine. All right. We got Jeremy Stafford. For 8 months of legendary status, says most TTRPG players are predominantly white. Oops. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Mervoth with a 5. This Riri can shut the fuck up. I'm Hispanic and white. Played D&D since early 2000s. Game's all about make-believe, and no one ever made me feel like he claimed. Exactly. And they try to make the same argument about video games too, by the way, which is why I covered it. Because they go hand in hand. Like, it's a very similar community. So they always try to bring up the argument of, oh, gaming is so white-dominated. Oh, black people don't feel safe in gaming. Go suck a dick, bro. Go suck a dick. Stopping by to show some love. Thank you, Teflon Dong. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Then we got Nexus Nocturne for a 2. WF Dud would make a great comedian. Fair. And then last on YouTube, we got Flession with a 5. Dude just wanted attention and he got some. I'm already forgetting what he looked like. I won't recognize him by the time he gives me my coffee. That's true. That is true. 100%. And like I said, I think we have a pathological liar on our hands. Somebody who thinks all press is good press and just thinks that they could just lie about pretty much anything and people are just going to eat it up. It's the weirdest thing because he's coping. He's like, I'm broke And then he's like, well, actually, I'm not broke, and I'm doing better than I ever did. And then it's like, well, actually, I'm broke, but you guys just sold out all the games, so thank you. He's all over the place. All over the place. All right, we are fully caught up. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. A special shout out to the Raiders. Thank you guys for rating the channel. Like the stream, dislike the stream, figure it out, but at least make a decision. Let's get into the next topic, boys. We're going to talk about Square Enix. Square Enix. This is going to be interesting. Where is it at? Here we go. He's crashing out like the Liver King. Well, I mean, the Liver King probably has so many medical problems. So many medical problems. All right, let's talk about Square Enix because this one hits close to home because it's like I told you so kind of a thing. And it's amazing that it took the French to make Square Enix realize that they're fucking up. But I mean, we're here. We are here. All I know about Hypnotic is that he may or may not have beef with Smash JT. I have no beef with Smash JT. I love Smash. I just also love fucking with Smash JT and like making him feel terrible when he's playing games. I don't know why. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, let's get into the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. So we're 190.34 away from tier 1. We're getting felted. We're getting absolutely felted. Felted. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Square Enix has basically confirmed or at least admitted something that we all pretty much knew was a thing. And it's quite unfortunate that Expedition 33 and a French developer had to be the one to make Square Enix wake the hell up from their slumber and realize that what they've been doing with their franchises is not exactly the best thing. Now, Square Enix, this headline says from Insider Gaming, Square Enix will make more turn-based games and recognizes the success of Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I actually think it's amazing that they've been forced to recognize just how successful this game actually has been, because Square Enix has said, and a couple of people I should say from Square Enix has said, Yoshida being one of them, that turn-based combat is outdated. That turn-based combat, that nobody wants turn-based combat anymore. This is something that has been said by Square Enix in the past, and to see Expedition 33 prove them wrong so gloriously is a beautiful thing to behold. So let's get into this video. But of course, before we do, special shout out to the 90,600 that are subscribed to the channel right now. And if you're a part of the 50% that aren't, consider hitting that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. So let's talk about this, man. And I think it's amazing that Final Fantasy 16 is the headline picture for this particular article, because this game is currently getting roasted right now, not only on its native platform where it undersold expectations, and they've openly admitted this, but it's also getting destroyed on Steam, and it's also getting destroyed on Xbox, especially Xbox. And they're talking about potentially porting it to Switch too. Yeah, good luck with that. The game only runs at 720p right now in performance mode on Xbox Series X, not even Xbox Series S. On the Xbox Series X, it runs at 720p. Are you kidding me right now? So anyway, it says not many saw the outrageous success coming for Claire Obscure Expedition. You know what? To be fair, I did. I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was, but I absolutely said since the first day I reacted to Expedition 33, I said that there was something special about this game. I don't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I just felt like this game was going to be something special. You could go back to my older streams, and you will literally hear me say that multiple times. Expedition 33 looked like it was going to be something very special, and I couldn't wait for the game to come out. And then the game came out, and it killed it completely. The game had potential, but has likely exceeded all expectations in 25. So much so, a Square Enix investor is reportedly pushing for Square Enix to shift gears back to turn-based games using Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest as examples. Final Fantasy hasn't been an overly turn-based title in some time. You could argue Final Fantasy XII was the final game to embrace any proper turn-based elements. Since then, Square Enix has focused on creating more engaging real-time action. This might not stay this way forever. Here's the thing about Final Fantasy, okay? The thing about Final Fantasy is that they can be drastically different from one another and not affect any kind of continuity, because there is no real continuity between the Final Fantasies unless they are the sequels, right? If they're the -2s of the, you know, whatever particular series, like Final Fantasy 13, -2, -3, etc. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, there's no continuity, so you can make it completely different. So there is nothing stopping Square Enix from returning back to turn-based combat in Final Fantasy 17. There's nothing stopping them. They can absolutely do so without, freaking out necessarily too many people. Because what's going to happen is if they go back to turn-based combat, it's going to potentially turn off the new players that they acquired with their recent Final Fantasy games, but it's going to bring back a lot of old school diehards who are true to the turn-based combat. And it's going to bring back people that are looking for turn-based combat games who maybe didn't play Final Fantasy, but maybe they played Expedition 33. Maybe they played that, and that's going to get them interested in it. But I think that they can absolutely bring some people back if they go back to turn-based. And I really have been saying for the longest time that they should. And I know a lot of people, there's people out there that hate turn-based. I get it. I totally get it. But you guys are wrong, okay? No, I'm just kidding. You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong. I'm sorry. When you can make a really good turn-based combat system and entertain people who are diehard action fans. I think the best example is probably Expedition 33 because it does introduce a lot of elements that some previous games in the past have utilized, like a dodge system and a parry system in a turn-based combat game, to bring it all together to make a really, really good system. I think they definitely can make it happen. But in any case, let's continue. So Final Fantasy purists would probably love the return of a purely turn-based Final Fantasy game. I definitely would. According to a translated post from Genki, one Square Enix investor is pushing for the company to return to its roots. At the Square Enix shareholders meeting, one investor said that they would like the new Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games to be returned to turn-based, and highlighted Expedition 33's success as an example, its claim. And again, it's experienced massive success compared to some of Square Enix's recent games. I think it damn near quadrupled the concurrent player base for pretty much all their games that released on other platforms outside of PlayStation 5. But apparently Square does not appear to be done with turn-based gameplay at all. It would make sense, as despite the critical acclaim for Final Fantasy 16, the game didn't meet sales expectations. Now you're probably asking, well, how do we know that? How do we know that it's going to actually return to form? Well, there is actually a comment up here that says the following. Square Enix responded that they are aware of Expedition 33, which I think it's hilarious. They have to say that they are aware, right? Like, oh yeah, we're aware of that game. Like, yeah, you're really aware. You're forced to be aware because you have no choice, right? The game was so successful, and this game was successful after you said that the turn-based combat system is basically dead and nobody wants it. This game is massively successful. So you got no choice but to basically take it on the chin. But they believe that command-based RPGs are the origin of Square Enix, and that they value the genre of command-based RPGs, and they plan to continue delivering such games in the future. So what does that mean? That can mean a lot of things, right? Number one, we know for a fact it means they will bring turn-based RPGs in future video games. I don't think we know whether or not it's going to be Final Fantasy or, anything else for that matter. It should be Final Fantasy, to be honest with you, but we don't really know, right? Square Enix obviously has like Octopath Traveler, which is a turn-based RPG. That is a lot of fun, by the way. But returning it to form, and I hate using that term, but returning it to form for Final Fantasy, it needs to be a thing, man. I think at this point they have nothing to lose because they are so down in the dumps that they're slowly but surely trying to climb their way back up. But I think they could absolutely take a risk with this Final Fantasy 17 and see if they can make it into some turn-based system that will attract a mass amount of people either back to the game or people who are probably new to turn-based games that have played other turn-based games. I think they can make something of this. I just don't... I think the biggest thing that people are tending to forget, it's not just the combat system that's the problem, right? It's also the storytelling. So the storytelling has taken such a massive hit with Square Enix. They are nowhere near as good as they used to be when it comes to telling a story, and it's unfortunate. Final Fantasy 16 kind of tried to return to form when it came to classic storytelling for Final Fantasy, but realistically, there were so many things wrong with that game that it just dragged down the entire experience. But the storytelling is a huge problem when it comes to Square Enix. It's not just the combat. It's not just the focus on DMC-style combat. It's the story as well. The overall world building is lacking. And I think it's wild that the world building is lacking, considering that whenever they craft a new world, they use elements from the previous games, like the summons, for example, and all the names for the summons. And certain areas have very similar names. Like, they don't have to think too hard to really craft something interesting. But unfortunately, it seems like they're struggling with that regardless. So we're going to see what happens with this, but I will say the following. I think it's a good thing that they acknowledge that Expedition 33 really shocked a lot of people and has really proven that turn-based is not dead. As much as you're going to have some of the diehard ADHD players that only want, a hardcore, fast combat, action combat, you're going to have those players. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that doesn't really have a home here, unfortunately, with Final Fantasy. I think we need to return back to the roots and get back to what really made Final Fantasy stand out in the first place, because there's so many other games out there, especially with the introduction of Souls-like games or hack and slash games like Stellar Blade, for example. There's so many games out there that do much better DMC-style combat or Souls-like combat, action combat. They're all out there to the point where the market's getting flooded, and Final Fantasy is trying to use that combat. But the simple fact is they're not going to stand out. They're just not going to stand out with that combat anymore. Return back to your roots, and I think you'll find some success with that and get people back to playing your games. But listen, you guys can let me know in the comments down below, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me in this particular video, and that's okay. I appreciate it. And if you agree with me, let me know why you agree with me also in the comments down below. And special shout out to the 90,600 people that are subscribed to this channel right now. And if you're part of the 50% that aren't, consider hitting that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Square Enix is woke? Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing they have to do. You know what Square Enix has to do? Get rid of their fucking ethics department. You want to know what's ruining the story for Square Enix? Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you what is ruining Square Enix internally, okay? Let me show you. And I always use this, okay, because it's true. So I'm sorry for the trigger warning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, you got to look at this. What's ruining Square Enix is their ethics department, okay? Because their ethics department has convinced them. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Stop yelling at me. Stop. I'm sorry. I have to make my point. I'm sorry. Why are we back to this ugly? Because I have to make a point. Square Enix has to get rid of the ethics department, because their ethics department and working with certain consultants like Black Girl Gamers resulted in the creation of this insufferable character. Okay, I don't give a fuck that she's dark-skinned, black, whatever. I've always said this. I only give a fuck that she is so insufferable. The way that they wrote her, the way that they created her, she screams belonging in a Marvel movie. That's how insufferable she is. That's how bad she is as a character. She literally dropped out of the MCU and landed on Square Enix's lap. That's how bad this fucking character is. And this character exists only because of the ethics department convincing Square Enix that they have to adhere to Western sensibilities. The moment Square Enix said we are going to focus on Western audiences is the moment that Square Enix died, for the most part. It really is unfortunate. And the games that have been successful for Square Enix are the ones that have ignored that entire sentiment completely, which unfortunately is few and far between. Right? Forspoken is one of the games that they made first to truly adhere to Western sensibilities. It was built from the ground up to adhere to Westerners. From the ground up. There is no Japanese in this whatsoever. Seriously. Come on, man. You got to warn people. I'm sorry. This game was built from the ground up to be for the West, and it got absolutely killed, right? I'm looking, hold on, let me look at this really quick. Forspoken, now granted, Forspoken was mainly on the PS5, obviously, so these numbers don't really mean too much. It's just to give you a small idea, small snippet. But this game, shockingly, and I don't know how it did this, to be honest with you, but this game shockingly sold 12,000 more than that. But it did 12,579 concurrent players 2.4 years ago. All of this was on Steam, right? So there was people that was willing to check this game out, even on PC, and it still died. I mean, holy shit. Look at this, bro. Look at this. This is only in 1 month. In 1 month, it went from 12,579 players. 30 days later, it's down to 3,316. 30 more days later, it's down to 655. In 2 months, it went from a concurrent player count of 12.5 to 655. And then it died. What's the lowest price this game has ever been? I don't even know. Let me see. So, wait, the game is the game original $20.99 or that's so weird? Did they make the game permanently? Oh, it's on sale right now. Oh my God, is the Steam sale happening? No, not yet. Not yet. I got excited for a second. It's happening tomorrow. $20.99. And I guarantee you the game sold majority at this price. And it's just been dragging its feet. You got 32 people torturing themselves right now as we speak. Playing Forspoken. 32 people torturing themselves. That's crazy. But no, in all seriousness, Square Enix has to get rid of their ethics department. They have to. They just have to. Because they have been listening to their ethics department. They've been listening to their consultants, which is majority Black Girl Gamers. And I'm not just saying that. But Black Girl Gamers worked on this game. Black Girl Gamers created Forspoken. Black Girl Gamers is a fucking Facebook group that turned into a consultancy firm because they realized that they could steal government money by doing so. They were just a Facebook group. They still are just a Facebook group. But they tried to convince themselves that there's something more than that by creating a consultancy to take money. Who created Black Girl Gamers? I forgot her fucking name, bro. I have no idea. Why do you get my hopes up for the Steam sale? I'm sorry. I got my hopes up too. I'm sorry. But yeah, they are essentially a Facebook group. That's all they are, bro. And there's a couple of people that work there officially, and everybody else is like a partner or sponsored or whatever. Nothing too crazy. Black Girl Game is such a weird name. Yeah, I know it is. I know. It's like, thanks for making everything about your skin color. What else do you do? And then if you watch their videos, it's so cringy, bro. So anyway, I'm not even gonna bother. They can't stand me. They can't stand me. Smash. I think they didn't they come after Smash's video one time? I think they did. Oh no, what am I talking about? They came after my video. And I tagged them on Twitter threatening them. I'm like, listen, if you want to go at it, let's go at it. I will counter that shit because they try to put a copyright takedown on my video, and I countered it. And I was like, listen, you want to go at it? We could go at it, bro. And then they ended up taking it. They ended up taking it off. They ended up taking it off completely. Yeah, they came after me. I totally forgot about that. That's how irrelevant these people are. I totally forgot they came after me. How could I forget? I don't know. I'm sorry. I forgot. I legit forgot. I legit forgot. Do I like racing games? I don't like so I like more arcadey racing games because I'm terrible like that, right? So I don't like the racing sims games. I've never been like a Forza fan or Gran Turismo kind of fan. I'm more of like Need for Speed kind of a thing. You know, stupid shit like that. I know people. I hear people in the crowd already yelling at me like, "What? What do you mean?" Hypno counters with the blue eyes, Ultimate Dragon. Yep. Oh, Ridge Racer. God, I remember that shit. You never met a Black Girl Gamer? Not gonna lie, I have. Unfortunately, Midnight Club. Midnight Club is amazing. Oh my God, memory lanes. All right, we're gonna get into fake ass gamer. What? That's crazy, bro. That hurt the heart. All right. Anyway, no, seriously, Square Enix, get rid of your ethics department. Go back to your roots and let's see if it works. That's all I can really say. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like if they go back to fucking what do you call it, turn-based combat, that's gonna save their company. I'm not gonna say that, but I think it's gonna be the right direction. I think they will absolutely start garnering goodwill from people again, because that's the problem. They've lost all goodwill. And their cash cow, Final Fantasy XIV, is becoming more and more irrelevant over time. So that means they're going to be able to rely on it less and less. So they got to figure something out. Otherwise, they're fucked. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Final Fantasy 14 was great for saving their ass for a few years, but it's not going to work for that much longer. I mean, Final Fantasy is getting shit right now too. Final Fantasy 14 is getting a lot of shit because of that terrible expansion. Look at this fucking legend, bro. Dronisius with a $25
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Shout out to Dronisius. Thank you so much, man, for the $25 banger. He says, gotta get to tier 1. Let's fucking go. Dronisius, we need a lot of help, bro. Today is an odd day. Look at those numbers. Yeah, the numbers. Dronisius is literally tweaking. Look at this. Tweaking. I don't know what's going on, bro. Dronisius. You know what? You know what, Sonia? You know what, Sonia? That's it. That's all I got to say. Dronisius. That's how I'm going to say it, just to piss off Sonia. I don't give a fuck. Dronisius with the 25. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And then we got Raptor Kratos with a 5. It's like when EA said nobody wants to play single-player games. And then oh, my God, yes. Yo, Raptor Kratos, you absolutely nailed it. You absolutely nailed it, bro. Yes, I totally forgot about that. You are 100% correct. EA said that. They said single-player games don't sell. And then they released this fucking Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and it sells like hotcakes. And all of a sudden, they're like, you know what? We're going to release more single-player games. Bro, yes, bro. I'm so sick of these fucking people. They want to make everything a live service game. Like, oh, God. Anyway, thank you, Raptor Kratos. I appreciate it. He also did another 5. I checked out on Forspoken when they released the demo. Well, thank God they released the demo so you didn't have to play the full game. Primate King for a 189. Black Girl Magic. Absolutely. Black Girl Magic indeed. And then last but not least on YouTube, we got Some Dumb Goy. What's up, man? I hope you've been well. Some Dumb Goy with a legendary 5. Hypnotic membership. You know what? For Some Dumb Goy, I haven't seen him in a little bit. I'm going to give this legend a legendary song. Some Dumb Goy, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. You absolute fucking legend, man. Good to see you. It's good to see you, Some Dumb Goy. I appreciate it. Bro, what the fuck is this, bro? Mr. fucking Rouge. Mr. Rouge. Wow. Mr. Rouge. Not only did he save tier 1, but he also got us to tier 2 in the same shot. Mr. Rouge with a $500 Red Boy Ultra Mega Instinct Banger Insanity Crazy Maximum Goonage. I don't have enough clips for this guy. Holy shit.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo! Good job! Where'd that come from? Oh, wow.
Mr. Rouge. Mr. Rouge, man. What an absolute insane $500 Red Boy Mega Banger, bro. I don't have any more clips, man. But what I do have is the fact that we are at tier 2 already because of Mr. Rouge and everybody else in the chat that put it together to make it happen. Let's go. Mr. Rouge, man. Thank you so much. Again, I've said thank you like 20 times now. I never know when to say when you do some shit like that. I need a Mr. Rouge clip. You know what I need? I need a Mr. Rouge clip. I have a Mr. Rouge emoji. But I need a Mr. Rouge clip because this guy's insane. This guy's insane. I don't even know what to even say. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. You're absolute mad lad in every way imaginable. I'm going to come up with a Mr. Rouge clip. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be epic. Primate for $4.89 says, who took the bigger L with Expedition 33? Square getting felted with their own gameplay, or Ubisoft letting their talent walk away and make a banger? Oh, Ubisoft. Definitely Ubisoft. Because I feel like Square was going to get felted by somebody. Eventually, it was only a matter of time. Because it's kind of like Nintendo getting felted by Power World, right? Because all Power World did was give people what they wanted. Everybody wanted an online MMO-style Pokemon game, like a legit one, a real one. And Nintendo never wanted to do it because they were lazy, they were complacent, and they wanted to keep milking the franchise with the same bullshit games released every year for maximum price, right? They never wanted to change, they never wanted to branch out, they never wanted to do anything like that. They wanted to keep releasing the same nonsense. So Power World came along and was like, all right, well, we're going to give people what they want. Boom, instant success, millions upon millions upon millions of copies. Right, so I knew the same thing was going to happen to Square. It was only a matter of time. Square's out here thinking turn-based doesn't sell. Some point somewhere, someone was going to release a banger turn-based and take all their money. You know, so at this point, I would say Ubisoft is the bigger felting here because you guys had an opportunity to maintain talent, but you were putting out the same boring slop, and they got so bored that they left. They felt so unchallenged. They were like, we need to leave because our creativity is dying here. That's how they felt. That's what the guy literally said. That's what the guy said about working for Ubisoft. Imagine somebody who just put out a banger said, yeah, I left the company because I was, creativity-wise, we were dying on the inside. It's insane, man. Insane. We got Flip Shazam with a 2. Gotta miss the end. Need to switch laptops to game. Bro, have fun, man. Have fun. Kill it. TP says Switch 2, though complaining. Shut the fuck up. You all bought it. I'm not complaining about Switch. I also didn't buy it, by the way. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got Louis Facita with a 2. Hypnocast brought to you courtesy of Mr. Rouge. Let's go. Let's go. David Elias with a 2. God bless Mr. Rouge in the chat. I agree. And then Dead Star with a 2. Make a Merchant of the Void by 3 Teeth. Mr. Rouge's clip. Merchant of the Void. Is that going to get copyrighted? What is that? I got to check that out. Adair Soto, I don't know if I read your super chat on Rumble. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to read it again anyway. He says, I keep telling people we need mental asylums to keep them in check because we truly have a mental crisis going on here in this country. I agree with that. We have a big, big mental problem happening in this country, unfortunately. Adair Soto with another $1. I'll be playing more games of turn-based lately, and they've been more fun right now. A franchise game has been going on for a long time. They made 9 games out of it. It's called The Legend of Heroes. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Raging D-Head for $1. Pedro Pascal is what JD would look like if JD was straight. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Adair Soto with another $1. If you're ever going to play that music again, give us emojis. Glowing sticks, Hypno. What, on Rumble? I can see. I can see what I could do. Okay. I think we're fully caught up. Yes, we're fully caught up. All right, boys. Fantastic. We got another 15 some odd minutes. I want to go into this last topic to go over the hypocrisy of modern day gaming urinalism. Modern day gaming urinalism. It never gets old. And for the people that know in my comment section, they're like, why do you talk about the journalists so much? Because here, let me make it as clear as humanly possible for you. The way that the gaming urinalists got power and kept power during the initial Gamergate 1 was by controlling the narrative and nobody pushing back on them. Nobody exposing them for the lies that they do every single day. And eventually people all around them started to believe every word they said, and they gained control over the entire narrative. That's not going to happen anymore. Plain and simple. It's not going to happen anymore. That's how they were able to do it. So I talk about what they do all the time, as well as the gaming industry and everything like that. I talk about what they do all the time because if I don't talk about it and other people don't talk about it, then they just have full control, full reign. Just because they're jobless right now for the most part, or just because they're down to the lowest numbers they've ever been, it doesn't mean they're just going to magically walk away and disappear. You still have the Jason Schreiers of the world lying their asses off. You still have your fucking Kotaku 1 or 2 journalists lying their asses off. You still have GameSpot. We just covered the other day. PC Gamer lying their ass off. They decide to attack fucking, GameSpot. That was GameSpot. GameSpot attacked Death Stranding 2 because of its problematic portrayal of women, and they lowered the score because of that. So there's no way in hell I'm ever going to stop talking about it so long as they continue to. They're covering the gaming industry, and they're also part of the gaming industry. Guess what I cover? The gaming industry for the most part, or entertainment as a whole. Sometimes I do movies if it's important enough to me, but for the most part, it's gaming. So as long as they're part of it, I'm going to cover it. I don't care. All right, let's get into it, boys. So one of the things that mainstream gaming urinalists love to complain about apparently is bullying, right? Every time we cover them and we talk about them, they like to say that we're bullying them. They like to say that we're attacking them. They always come up with this BS excuse like, oh man, the YouTubers, the chuds, they're just right-wing losers. They're constantly attacking us. They're harassing us. It's a targeted harassment campaign. They're bullying us. Well, apparently bullying is perfectly fine, according to the journalists over at PC Gamer, as long as the target is something that they all agree on, and it's not them. So I saw this article here, and I find this to be very ironic because the funny thing is I would normally agree with what they're saying here about the developers, right, using AI for their scientist portraits, which we're going to get into. But the simple fact is I find it amazing to see gaming journalists partaking in what they admit, in their own words, is bullying, and yet it's perfectly fine because they're all against AI, right? Because they don't want their jobs to be replaced by AI, and let's be real, that's exactly what's happening. So let's get into this video. But of course, before we do, special shout out to the 90,600 plus that are subscribed to the channel right now. And if you are part of the 50% that aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe today. I would greatly appreciate it. So again, I want to reiterate, the journalists love to bully people as long as they agree on the target. And the target right now, along with developers in gaming, is AI. AI is their target because they fear AI. They fear their replacement. That's basically what it is. These people are so untalented. They bring nothing to the gaming industry. They bring nothing to the overall gaming conversation. They're getting destroyed by YouTubers every day to the point where now they can be replaced by AI. I know Smash JT just recently wrote an article talking about this because he discovered a journalist from a website that I already forgot because I don't care about them. But the journalist has no history, no LinkedIn, no nothing. Apparently is a hardcore gamer, but has no history and has the weirdest, like, I don't know, scam name. I have no idea, but it's the weirdest thing. And then when you look into it and you use Chat GPT to break down their article and guess how like what's the highest chance this might be AI, it's guessing at a 95% ratio that it's most likely AI. That's how obvious it's become. It's going to get to the point where these companies are going to hire AI companies to make fake journalists for them and write articles. That's literally what it is, because they only care about the quantity of it, right? Which I have no problems with. It's fine, but damn, at least let people do it. But in any case, this person, Lincoln Carpenter for PC Gamer, says the following: bullying works once again, which means they've done it before. They've done it before. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is ditching its AI-generated scientist portraits after receiving backlash for sparing the wrong expense. Because, yes, according to these people, it's ethical to pay other people to do a job that a computer can do for free, right? It's ethical to do that. But the funny thing is, these people, they partake in this shit all the time. Their entire lives are covered by automation. There's plenty of things that these people do every single day and utilize every single day that can be done by people. It's like the Industrial Revolution all over again, right? Where these people don't want to admit that their time is up, their days are numbered. But in any case, let's continue. Jurassic Park was a story about the dangers of using technology to manufacture the beauty and majesty of life so that it can be turned around for a profit. Frontier Developments, publisher and developer of the upcoming Jurassic World Evolution 3, seems to have relearned that lesson, announcing earlier this week that it would remove AI-generated art assets before the game's October launch after finding itself on the receiving end of public outcry. Now, apparently there was a lot of backlash by this particular video game because they decided to use AI for their scientist portraits, and they openly admitted this on Steam. There was like a little warning on the bottom that said that this is 100% generated by AI. If you look here, it says many of those players weren't as enthused. However, when they visited Jurassic World 3 Steam page to find an AI-generated content disclosure statement, the now removed disclaimer, which you can find on archived versions of Steam listing, said that the scientist avatars are created using generative AI. Now, the simple truth is that they're going to try to pretend as if this is like a small thing or whatever, or, just one-off kind of situation. There is a lot of gaming studios that are utilizing AI right now, and they're not all indie games. They're not all double A games. There's a lot of them that are AAA games using AI. Call of Duty is one of the biggest examples of that. You guys remember the six-figure zombie? Remember that? That wasn't done by a person, right? That was done by AI. It was very clear that the zombie was made by AI. And that is a AAA company. That's Call of Duty. Call of Duty makes crazy money, and they still decided to cheap out and use AI for one of their skins. So you got to imagine how many other skins are utilizing AI. I don't agree with it, but to say that this is not going to become the norm, I think is a little bit insane. And these people are fighting it. They're obviously trying to fight it, but they're not fighting it for real ethical reasons. They're not fighting it for the same reason me and you are fighting for it, which is creativity, right? I want creativity. I don't want a computer to do everything, unfortunately. The sad thing is that the computers are doing it better on average more than the developers are, because the developers we have now are trash. If they weren't trash and they were good like they used to be, if you got a nice solid few hundred nerds in there, I guarantee you they would do much better than any AI could ever do. But the sad truth is that we don't have nerds in gaming anymore. Very few. We have people that are just too busy being activists, more so than actually creating anything. That's just how it goes. But in any case, Jurassic World using AI, this is not the first example, and it won't be the last. But they're apparently okay with the developers being bullied into taking AI off of the game, which is hilarious because, again, I'm focusing more on the hypocrisy of your modern day gaming journalists. These are the people that get angry at myself. These are the people that get angry at people like you for calling them out. These are the people that get angry at all of us for calling them out on what they do every day, and they call it harassment. They call it bullying. They say, leave developers alone, right? These are the people that make posts about how working in game development is hard. These are the people that make posts saying you should be nicer to your game developers because they worked really hard on the game, right? These are these same people. And yet apparently, as long as it's a target they all agree on, well, you could just bully them. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly acceptable. Don't worry about it. Now, all of a sudden, bullying is okay. Not once, but multiple times, because they said once again. So keep that in mind next time you hear these people complain about supposedly getting targeted harassment or getting bullied. Keep in mind that they said bullying works. They said bullying is okay. There's actually a certain journalist out there right now that is suing a YouTuber over being harassed, right? But this same journalist openly admitted in a once deleted tweet, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe to my knowledge that this person said that bullying is okay. We need to bring bullying back. That's what they said. We need to bring bullying back. Well, I believe it's deleted now, or at least it's probably archived at this point. But there are multiple journalists that have now said this. So at what point do we start to think that the hypocrisy is a little bit too much? At what point do we start to admit that these journalists are just basically do as I say and not as I do, which we already know that's how they are. Now, if we go down here, I want to just focus on this being right here. Jurassic World Evolution 3 was announced back in 2024, but we got our first proper look at the Dino Park Management sequel with a gameplay reveal trailer at Summer Games Fest earlier this month, which I think Kata said in the chat he doesn't care. He's going to play it anyway, so good. Good for him. Potential players were enthusiastic about new features like generational dino breeding, new terrain, scenery, customization tools, balloon tours. Everyone loves balloon tours. So they're adding a bunch of new features. Perhaps by adding those features, that took a lot of their money, so they had to rely on AI to make some things like portraits. Maybe that's why. Again, I'm not saying it's okay, and I'm not saying that it's acceptable. I'm just saying maybe that's what happened. But within hours, Steam users started criticizing the inclusion of AI-generated art assets on the game's discussion forum. The longest running of those threads, posted on June 7th with the title "No Gen AI Andy's Around Here, No Thanks," has since reached 18 pages of discourse that I absolutely do not recommend you read. I would read it if it was up to me. So we got some screenshots here. AI-generated content alert. The game uses AI generation for character images. Don't support this. Bird Skull says if they get used to AI-generated content in this game without pushback, all they're going to do is push the envelope with every release from here on out. Eat shit, Frontier. Some people are really taking some big offense to this. They're taking huge offense to this. And I understand why. But damn, man, these people really are acting like as if it's their jobs on the line. But another now locked thread called the AI Portraits part of the trifecta of Nope, alongside pre-purchase bonuses and Denuvo. So they got Denuvo in the game as well. Now, that's a big problem. There were, of course, plenty of users who noted that a few scientists' NPC portraits are, all things considered, relatively inconsequential bits of art. In response, they received sentiments like those of Steam user Bird Skull, who said if they get used to AI, which we already read, as disagreements on the internet tend to do, things devolved into 17 days of circular mudslinging until on June 24th, an official Frontier account entered the fray with the announcement that they are going to be removing the AI completely. They said, thanks for your feedback on this topic. We have opted to remove the use of generative AI for scientist portraits within Jurassic World Evolution 3. So it took 17 days for the company to fold. And let's be real, man. I always tell people it's great to fight for your games. Fight for your games as much as you can. I'm always an advocate for it. I'm never going to be a corpo bootlicker fucking slob knobber that these people are half the time, especially the console fanboys, unfortunately. Like the regular console people, they're great, but the console fanboys, they're hardcore about it. But in any case, fight for your games always. And if they bent the knee after 17 days, then clearly, they couldn't handle the smoke. So the only thing is now, anytime something gets put into the game that these people don't like, they're going to feel as if they could get this team to bend the knee just by complaining. But hey, I guess we'll find out what happens in the future. So you guys can let me know in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen with this? Is this going to save the game, or is this going to kill the game? Do you think this was ever going to hurt the game to begin with? Or do you think this is people just virtue signaling about AI, trying to get the company to bend the knee for no reason other than their own self-gratification without any effect to the game whatsoever? You can let me know in the comments down below what you think. Special shout out to the 90,600 of you that are subscribed to the channel right now. And if you are over the 50% that aren't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe today, and I will see you guys on the next one. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is literally it. So I think what this is this is just another example of them virtue signaling hardcore for something that they pretty much, I don't think they care, bro. I don't think these people are going to play a Jurassic World game at all. I really don't. I don't think, and if they were, I don't think AI was going to make them stop, to be honest with you. I think that even though a lot of people don't like AI, I think that this wasn't going to affect the game regardless. I really don't. Maybe a little bit, but overall, I think that this is just a bigger conversation more than anything else. So, but you guys can let me know if you agree, disagree with whatever the case would be. Let me know. I would love to know what you're saying. All right, let's catch up. Primate King, I feel attacked for 189. Why? Because of the console comment? Hey, I said normal console people are fine. Are you not normal? What am I talking about? This is Eric Jenkins. Of course you're not fucking normal. Of course. What am I talking about, bro? Yo, Robert Baker for 2. It's my birthday. Yang Zhao Long Waifu Battle tonight. Let's go. Happy birthday to Robert Baker. Everybody say happy birthday to Robert Baker right now. Right now. Happy birthday to Robert Baker. Let's go, man. Kata says, of course, Eric Jenkins is a console peasant. Yeah, of course. Of course. Raptor Kratos with it too. I'm so hyped for Jurassic World Evolution 3. Let's fucking go, man. Are those good games, man? I'm never usually into games like that. But it's Jurassic Park, man. I love Jurassic Park. Do you guys remember the Jurassic Park game from way back when? What console was it on? Sega Genesis, I think it was. Let me see if I can look it up. Hold on. This game was insane, bro. I remember dying in this game so much. Let's see. Let me see. No, it wasn't the Nintendo one. No. Sega Genesis. Let me see. Yes. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Memory lane. Remember this intro? Oh. Dude, this was so good. This was so good, man. This game was hard as fuck. They literally just throw you in it. They throw you in it. They're like, all right, figure it out. You fucking crashed. And it's like, you got to figure it out. That's it. This game was hard, bro. So good. This fucking bastard. I saw his face so many times. The fuck is going on? Oh. Yes, the music! It's insane, bro. Go forward. Go forward. Bro, I hate this. It was so good, but it was so hard. You miss these days? Me too, man. Me too. Bro, look at that sound, that music. It's insane. He spanked the fucking... That's crazy. Bro, this guy cleared the entire game in 28 minutes. That's how short a lot of those games were back in the day. They were like 30 minutes to an hour, but the thing is they felt long because it was so hard we kept dying. We kept dying so much. That's why the games felt longer than they actually were. It's crazy. What about Dino Crisis on PS1? That's a great game too. Bro, he's getting felted. That looks like a what do you call that? A Doug Trio? That Pokemon? Turok 64. That's another one, man. Turok 64. Let me look up Dino Crisis. You guys got me going down memory lane really quick. Hold on. Dino Crisis PS1 gameplay. This game needs a remake, but it needs a real remake, not a fucking not a modern audience remake. Don't give me that modern audience shit. Don't give me that modern audience shit, bro. Oh my god, the music, bro. Let's go. I love this shit, man. You know that look at all these posters of women. There's posters of women on the wall, but they're pixelated, so you can't see how slutty they look. But this girl looks like she's topless. Actually, no, she's not. I see bikini. I see bikini. But in modern day, they would censor. This girl looks naked. This girl looks naked. There's like nothing on there. There's nothing on there, bro. If this was like HD textures, you would realize there's titties here probably. God, I miss games like that so much. So much, man. So much. We were gooning in the 90s. We're gooning now, but still. Still. All right, boys. Speaking of gooning, I think we're caught up everywhere. Angmar for 189. Did you ever play Primal Rage? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. Where are we? We're caught up on Rumble, right? Yes, we're caught up on Rumble. All right. We're fully caught up everywhere, boys. Speaking of gooning. Wait, I lied. I totally lied. We're not caught up. I'm sorry. I fucked up. You guys came in pretty strong. Accident seller for 50. It would have been different if it was a one-person developer and he cannot afford an artist. Then AI is a godsend in those situations. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I don't know the size of the team, but I imagine it's not very small. Hypnos cap for 25 months. God damn, man. Sounds like AI was used for background only, so it wouldn't have affected the gameplay itself. For me, AI is a tool. Those who can't adapt will fall to the wayside. I agree with that too. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where AI is used in every game. And you'll never know half the time. Especially the better it gets. Raptor Kratos with it too. I love playing as the Raptor. That was fun. And then Angmar, I read Angmar's super chat. All right, guys. Now we are fully caught up. Let's fucking do this, man. Are we ready for this? It is time for the legendary waifu battle, boys. Legendary waifu battle. And I brought back a waifu today that you guys have been asking for. I told you this month, there are no rules when it comes to who's going to show up. Anybody could show up. And this one you guys have wanted for a while. So watch her lose. All right, boys. The waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the waifu battle the other day, we had a bit of a felting happening where Reyes came back and she won her belt, destroyed it as expected. And now we get to bring out another challenger, ladies and gentlemen. So before we do that, let's go over the rules. Rule number 1, all super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. It's got to go first. If you don't put the name of the waifu first, it will not count. Doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu, you've got to put the first time first, and I will make it count. Rule number 2, you can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Rias, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. But last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I will do a 30-second countdown. And after that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We definitely do not understand the rules. We never understand the rules. All right, guys, listen. We're bringing back this waifu. She hasn't been in the waifu battle for a very long time. A very long time. People keep saying, bring her back, bring her back, bring her back. It's time for her to get felted because that's what happens every time I do this. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against Rias is going to be none other than the one and the only beautiful bombshell known as, and I can never say her name, Rangiku. Rangaku? I don't know. I always fuck up her name. Always fuck up her name. Miss Matsumoto. Let's just go with that, ladies and gentlemen. Her last name, I can say with utter confidence. Let's go. We got a Bleach waifu in the chat right now. Let's go. The names are on the bottom. I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I did not forget. Let's go. The names are on the bottom. You guys have been wanting her back for the longest time. She's finally back. So are you going to let her get felted by the redhead? BioTwo says, wow, this one is hard. Good luck. Good luck. Very Dark versus Moxie Dame. Damn, man. Damn. Deadeye's lock for a 2 on Rumble immediately, says Rangiku. Damn. My man is gooning. Dark Exile with a troll super chat for a 2 says Tifa doesn't count for anything. And this is why waifu battles are decided by like $5 sometimes. Unbelievable. Dark Exile says, yes, I'm a troll. Hey, as long as you know that. Eggy says Fiona. Oh my God. Next is Nocturne with a 5 says Rankiku. That bikini is struggling. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mr. Melancholy with a 2 says Rankiku Bleach girls are a yes. Bricked. Bricked. Wow, the redhead is getting felted right now. Oh, never mind. Sudi Thunder with a 4.99 says Rias. Also, it's pronounced Rangiku. There you go. Rangiku. We got Justin for a 5 over on Rumble. He says, just joined the stream. How's your day been, Hypnotic? Great, man. Great. I finished Stellar Blade Boss Rush mode. We started Atomfall today. That game is actually really fun. It's been a great day. And now I get to hang out with you guys on Hypnocast. It's a great day, man. It's always a great day hanging out with you guys. We got Primate King for 189. Emilia F the rules. Doesn't count. Ali Kusanagi with a 10 says Ren. Let me say it right. Let me say it right. Rangiku. There we go. Rangiku, I remember the first waifu battle I voted in was for her. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. Great job. It's a return to form, as they say. Accident seller for an NOK 50. Rangiku versus Rias. This one is hard, but you know what else is hard? Oh, no, I don't want to know. 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 BioTube up 19 with a 5. Rias, you get her, you get all under her. Maids in Hell 2. Plus, I like Orihime more. Of course you like Orihime more. Did the Rias fans not show up tonight? Nope. Looks like they didn't. Looks like they didn't. Blackguard with a $20 banger says Rangiku hasn't been seen here since the very beginning of the waifu battle, episode 70. That's insane. Wow, it's been that long. It's been that long. I didn't realize it was that long. Wow, I could have sworn I brought it back at least once before. All right, so I made the good choice then. I brought back someone who hasn't been here for a very, very, very long time. That's perfectly fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rangiku's coming off the screen, and we are now going to showcase the current champion, who's not going to go down without a fight, none other than Rias. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock, and let's see who is going to win. It's going to be Rias, or is it going to be Rangiku? Let's find out. We need a freaking Hypnocast DVD box set, bro. That'd be insane. That would be insane. You have that DVD box set. It's called My Channel. It's called My Channel. Let's see. Right now, Rias is getting absolutely destroyed. She's getting wrecked in every way that's not positive. Every way that's not positive, she's getting destroyed. I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. The Rias fans are very quiet. They're MIA right now. Perhaps they decided that this is it. It's game over. It's game over. We got Justin with a 2, saying fucking awesome. I'm forcing myself to watch Ironheart. Oh no. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't include these girls in the waifu battles. Take care, brother. Shout out to you, Justin. Thank you so much for the support, man. I pity your soul. I pity your soul, man. Because you have to watch Ironheart. Godspeed, brother. Blackguard with a 5 saying Akino. Oh no. Shezarine with a 2 says Ranging Rias. Redheads matter. That doesn't count. The name's not first. BioT19 with a 10. Reyes just for that pick. Bricked. 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 Shout out to BioT Wolf. Thank you so much, man, for the support. I appreciate you. This is not looking good for Reyes right now. Oh my God, Dronisius is not even helping, bro. Dronisius is not even helping. For a $10 banger, he says, Sonya, don't even care about the other 2. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is happening, bro? Guys, we have 2 major contenders in the waifu battle, and we're trolling right now. We got Reyes versus Rangiku. You guys wanted Rangiku back. What is happening? You guys wanted Reyes back. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. People just lost their fighting spirit, man. That's what it is. They're trolling. At least Renicius donated for a good lady. True. Poor, yes, the queen is getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I guess so. BioT says all in chair shots. I guess. But you got to rely on the chair shots when anything can happen. Wouldn't you like to get a nice base before the chair shots happen? Well, at least we do know that Mr. Rouge is not going to donate because he's capped out. Shout out to Mr. Rouge. Blackguard for another $20 banger says Rangiku just for a new champion. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. Primate King for 189. Amelia, respect the troll. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, boys, let's get into it, man. Final countdown. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, that's got to be one of the easiest waifu battles I've ever seen somebody win. No, like, wow. Poor Reyes, man. Poor Reyes, man. Holy shit. All right, boys. Nothing came in during the countdown. Mods, count it up. Feed the ducks, feed the eagles. Feed the ducks and feed the eagles. And we're going to give a finger for the chat because of those 20 bangers.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
Shout out to you guys. I appreciate that. Well, I already know who won this one. I got to put the belt on her, though. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have a championship picture of her. Hold on. Let me do that. Let me do that right now. Let me do that right now. Damn, man. Poor Reyes, man. That's crazy. She got felted. It happens like that, though. Sometimes. There we go. I got the belt on her. I'm just waiting for the mod to tell me what the final number is. T-Jab, here we go. The numbers are in. We got Rangiku Matsumoto with $60.48 against the former champion Rias with $19.99, which means the winner. And the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Rangiku, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. Let's go. And at that point, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think too many people are coping and seething in this one, but that's fine.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the Waifu Battle. Rangiku is going to go backstage where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. Otherwise, I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. It is what it is. I'm just kidding. Don't be ashamed of yourself. All right, boys, listen. We're at 370 likes. We hit like a max, I think, of like 700 people watching. So that means we had a lot of hate watches in the chat today, man. A lot of hate watch. People just can't hit the like button for some reason. It's free. I don't know. It's weird. It's odd. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for the insane support. The ones that did. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream, commented, spammed the chat, super chatted, gifted memberships, everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. Join me, obviously, tomorrow. Griffcast. We're going to be doing Griffcast in the morning. I should be able to. And Griffcast in the afternoon. Obviously, we're going to be playing some more Adam Fall. It's a lot of fun, man. Don't miss it. It's a good game. It's a good game. Join me for that. And then, of course, Hypnocast tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to find somebody to raid. But we're going to do it secretly because that's how we do it. So until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you get.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Jack. Suck it, yeah, John. Put a ticket in Maker Jack. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in Maker Jack. It means put a chicken in a queenie and make her fucking Jack.
man. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.